Hello, folks. I thought I'd share with you a document that I had found and forgotten about actually when I was just rearranging, clearing up files, that kind of thing. And it's quite interesting because it's related by a friend of mine who lives up in Scotland, who used to be in the Navy and then in the security services or the security forces in Europe. I won't share his name here, but I know him very well, and we've spoken many times about the subject of UFOs and much more. Anyway, so he had written a page for me about this particular event that he remembered speaking to another person with, who had had some involvement with being scrambled to chase a UFO. So here is my friend's version of this story, and I hope you enjoy this short piece, which I think would be interesting because it involves RAF Bentwaters. But this is August 13th, 1956, UFO event involving the RAF. My friend goes on to say, here's what I noted down re the Bentwaters UFO case. I first met Squadron Leader Les Arthur in the 1980s, where we drank together when I was on leave around 1986 in my local pub in Elgin, Scotland. I was not awake back then, and so I was not particularly interested in UFOs, as they were for idiots. And in any case, they were not real. I was not particularly interested in those drinking days, if only. Sadly, Les died around 2007, and I just wish that I had asked more questions regarding this particular incident. So, Flight Lieutenant or Lieutenant Les Arthur was a night fighter pilot at the time on 23 Squadron, equipped with the de Havilland Venom NF-3 fighter aircraft based at RAF Horsham, St. Faith, Norfolk. At the time of this UFO event, Les's squadron were on detachment to RAF Waterbeach, Cambridgeshire, so as to take part in an exercise. Fabulous. He says to me, remember, Joanne, that there is always an exercise of some kind taking place concurrently during these events. At around 20:30 or 8:30 p.m. on August the 13th, Flight Lieutenant Les Arthur and his navigator, Flight Officer Graham Schofield, were scrambled in Venom NF-3 number WZ315 of 23 Squadron, as multiple fast-moving contacts were seen by RAF controllers at Eastern Radar. The fast-moving contacts were seen variously over the east central area of England, extending east to Suffolk. The first sighting was made by a ground control approach, GCA, radar operator at Bentwaters, RAF Bentwaters. The contacts being seen on his radar some 25 to 30 miles out, and they were fast-moving. Several more sightings on radar were made by various other UK military controllers around this time. Additionally, a United States Air Force T-33 jet tried to intercept one of the UFOs to no avail, and Flight Lieutenant Les Arthur and Flight Officer Schofield were guided to one of the UFO targets by a ground control intercept, GCI, RAF controller. But as they closed on the target, it sped away at very high speed. And as it did so, Les's aircraft was immediately in a very serious emergency situation. He had suffered a major electrical failure, and the wingtip fuel tanks fitted to his Venom jet immediately jettisoned. Les told me that the jet then suffered further in-flight electrical malfunctions, and the result was that he had to make an emergency landing at RAF West Raynham in Norfolk, although some accounts have this landing at RAF Waterbeach. Several RAF and USAF jets were involved in this incident, which ended, we think, at around 03:30 on the 14th of August, 1956, including Venoms crewed by Brady and Chambers, Logan and Fraser Kerr, and Davis and Middlewraith. My friend goes on to say, in finishing this note, I hope this info is of some help to you. I just wish, with the benefit of hindsight, that I had asked Les more questions, very many more. So there you have it, folks. Make of it what you will. I just thought it was very interesting, and I didn't want to have it languishing in my files without you having had some knowledge of it, because I think it's very interesting, isn't it, that it is Bentwaters, albeit 1956. How interesting. Okay, folks, that's over and out from me. Just a small vignette here from the files of the ET Newsroom.